Gonna start by removing the wheel. Okay, we're gonna start by removing the caliper. These are 10s. Pry this caliper off. So you don't want to let this hang by the brake line. So I'm going to tie it up with onto something with some wire. Okay, next we're going to take this rotor off. Okay, next we got this 10 holding on this bracket to the strut. I'm just going to spray some penetrating oil. So I have this wrench sort of wedged up against here. I had someone else hold it forward while it was going up, so now it's wedged on this, and I should be able to get this off. So now it's holding still, and the nut is coming off, and then now I don't even need the hammer anymore. Coming. So I'm going to thread this back on a little bit to protect the threads. I'm going to hit what it goes through, and try not to hit this because it could damage the joint if you keep hitting it like that. Shot. Wait. So I'm going to pry up and then hit it as I'm prying up. There we go. Knew eventually it would come loose. Okay, we're going to loosen these two strut bolts. Now when you're loosening these, loosen the nut, not the bolt, because the bolt is sort of splined into the knuckle. And if you loosen the bolt, you're going to damage the knuckle. So that's why you loosen the nut. Let's thread these back on to protect the threads. And then we're gonna whack it with the hammer. Now gently, because you're dealing with the threads right at the bottom. Gently. Careful. Here we go. Okay, so I'm putting this punch right in the middle so it doesn't damage the threads, and just there's one. Now we're going to do the other one. This one came out real easy. Now we're going to go up top and remove the top bolts. So now we got these 4 nuts up here. It's alright, came with new ones, don't need to worry about it. Okay, so now this should come out now. There we go. Let's get the new one. Alright, we got our new shiny strut. And we're gonna fish it back up in there. So, let's see, I think I just want to get it straight in there first. So now I'm going to go from the top and sort of guide it through the bolt holes. It came with new nuts to put on the top. So let's move up to the top and put these nuts on. Alright, I'm gonna pull it up, thread the new nuts on to hold it in place. And we're going to torque these down to 28 foot-pounds. Going to put the tie rod back in. Turn the strut, put the tie rod in. Just loosely. Next maneuver the knuckle into the strut. These bolts sort of spline into the knuckle, so they have to go back in the same way they came. So I'm going to push down on the knuckle to line up the bolts and put the bolt through. Thread the nut on. Do the same thing for this one. Next I'm just going to loosely thread on the new nut for the tie rod. Next we have the sway bar link. Push down on it, flex the sway bar. There we go. Okay, so now that we have everything started, we start tightening it down. Okay, next we're going to tighten these knuckle bolts to 150 foot-pounds. Alright, so you got to hold the joint with a 7mm socket and then use a what is this, a 16 on this new nut they gave me. Next we have the sway bar link. It's an 18. We're going to hold it in place with an 8. Now we're going to put the rotor back on. I like to thread a lug nut down so that it holds the rotor in place. Alright, let's put this back on. Anytime you have the caliper off, always lubricate the slide pins. This is brake caliper lube. So I'm just going to put some on, and then I'm going to put this back. I'm going to do the same thing to the top one. Tighten these guys up. Next we're going to attach this bracket for the ABS. Huh, come on, get on there. Wait a minute. Huh, doesn't seem to want to go in. Okay, so I found this fastener and nut, and I think it should work. There we go, that worked.